so what did we do last week? Think back. What were we working on last Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday? What were we working on, Cadence?
We were working on, we went over our story and did the checklist.
We went over our story and did the checklist. What else did we do? What was that? What was that called? What was that called, Kirsten?
Editing.
Not editing. Starts with an R. What was it, Cameron?
Revision.
It was revision. We were revising our stories. We were making our best what? Making our best better. We were making our best better. What did we do in our interactive notebooks? Do y'all remember? What did we do in our interactive notebooks? What did we take a quiz on Friday? Logan?
This, and it was called something. I can't remember.
Anybody want to help them? What was it, Grayson?
Prepositions.
Prepositions. We were working with prepositions and prepositional phrases. What is a preposition? Does anybody remember? What's a preposition, Joe?
It's like it describes something like where you are and
Yeah, it describes the time and location of something. What else? Anybody else remember what else? Grayson, what's the preposition?
it describes also like it'll describe it like your location.
Yeah, location. Give me an example of a preposition.
Like if you say that you live on a hill, the preposition is on, and the prepositional phrase is on a hill.
Yeah, so did you all hear that? He said his example was, I live on a hill. What's the preposition in that sentence? On. What's the prepositional phrase?
On a hill.
On a hill. So I can use prepositional phrases to add complexity to my story. So that's what you all are going to be doing today. You're going to still be revising your story, but you're going to be rereading through your story and finding places where you can add prepositional phrases because it gives it a little bit more complexity and like it adds more to a sentence. Because like you know how you have so many things to say at one time in one sentence, but you can't get it all out at once. You ever had a lot of things to say, cover? If you're talking to someone, well, see, prepositional phrases will help you say those things. So like, let's see. I live where? On a hill, or in the woods, or before I left the house this morning, I ate breakfast. It adds more to a sentence. It tells more about what's happening. And so we're going to be going through. Who remember fireflies?
Yes.
So I'm going to show you a couple of ways that that's up here. You're learning. Thanks. So we're going to go through a story, and we're going to see where Julie Bricklow has prepositional phrases in her story to add more to the story about one of the little boys catching fireflies. Is that what the story's about? Remember? Yeah, it's about the little boy catching fireflies. And so let's see. Yeah, so prepositions, they describe location, either time or place. And so we're going to look at fireflies. And so prepositional phrases, they help us to know everything that's going on in a story and more about like what's happening in a sentence. So let's see. So the first page, there's 3 prepositional phrases in this story, or on this page. On a summer evening, I looked up from dinner through the open window to the backyard. So on a summer evening, the first line, it tells the time, or like it's the time of day and like the time of year, summer. And so this adds a little bit more. It adds more to the sentence about what's happening, what the narrator is doing. So on a summer evening, it tells, we know that the narrator is eating dinner, but it gives more information on a summer evening. See, she could have said, it was a summer evening, I looked up from dinner. But adding prepositional phrases, it gives more to your story. It gives more details. And that's what we're always trying to work on, right? Adding more details to our story. Because we want our reader to feel like they're in it. Your reader is in your story, they want to feel like they're the character. And so I looked up from dinner through the open window to the backyard. And so that just gives it gives more to your story. It shows more about what's happening just in one sentence. And then towards the end of the story, let's see, in the dark, I watched fireflies from my bed. This is after the little boy caught his fireflies. And so in the dark, prepositional phrase, it shows what the narrator, it gives more detail about where the narrator is when he's watching the fireflies. He's in the dark. And then from my bed, so another prepositional phrase? That prepositional phrase gives more about the location where the little boy is. He's in the dark, while he's watching the fireflies, while he's in his bed. That tells more about where the little boy is. And so that just, so the author, Julie, she could have just said, it was dark, I was watching fireflies, I was in my bed. Prepositional phrases, they kind of just, they add more to your story. Gives it a little bit more excitement, a little bit more complexity. It's not as boring, right? If you say, I was in my bed, I was in the dark, I was watching fireflies. So it kind of just adds more to your story. So let's see. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Another short little lesson. So the first thing you're going to do, so we're going to be revising again. Revision. You're revising today, revision. How about with prepositional phrases? Okay. So how about one more person give me an example of a preposition, or a sentence with a prepositional phrase? Who wants to give me one? Someone have a caught on. Come on. What's a prepositional, or sentence with a prepositional phrase?
I swim in the pool.
I swim in the pool. So here, write a little example. Thank you. I swim in the pool. Preposition in the sentence? In. So this is the preposition in, prepositional phrase.
The pool. In the pool.
In the pool. So you're gonna be rereading your sentence, or rereading your story. Reread your story. This is gonna be independent work. You're gonna reread your story, and then as you are rereading your story, you're going to mark places in your story where you can add prepositional phrases. So as you're rereading your story, you're going to be looking for places that you can add prepositional phrases to give more details to the location or time or what's happening in your story. Add prepositional phrases. And then after you reread your story and make little marks in your booklet where you want to add prepositional phrases, you're going to go back and you're going to add prepositional phrases. Add prepositional phrases where you've marked. Oops. And so, let me give you all about, about 20 minutes to do this. Prepositional phrases. So you're going to reread your story, and then you're going to mark places in your story. So let's see. I'm not going to mark in yours, Jalen. So you're going to reread your story, and then you'll be like, then again, when it came her turn, again, it was her worst nightmare, and then you're going to add when she was sleeping, or in the dark when she was sleeping. You're going to find examples, or you're going to be rereading, and you're going to make a little mark. Oh, I can add one there. You're going to keep. You're going to read. Oh, I can make a mark there. So thumbs up if you understand what to do. Thumbs up. Thumbs down if you don't. All right, if you do not understand, you can stay on the carpet. We'll go through this again. But if you understand what to do, you may quietly stand up and go back to your desk, and I will be coming around to help you and look over your stories with you. So if you do not understand, stay on the carpet and I'll help you. Oh, take your seat. You're going to reread your story. You're going to mark places in your story where you can add the prepositional phrases, and then you're going to add the prepositional phrases.